Hello and welcome back again to the blerddadpodcast. I'm your host, glennlawrence, and you are listening to a space where we have unfiltered conversations and nerd out about fatherhood in the best way. We're doing it on another night. Football has come back. Let me move this chair out of the way real quick for the people. Damn, y'all get to see everything here. You get to see how the sausage is made. But we're doing it on a different night. Football's back. Watch my Eagles lose in disheartening fashion. Uh, Luckily, I put the kid to bed, so he did not have to witness that. I don't have the heart to teach him how to lose gracefully yet. You know what I mean? Like right now, I'm just like, I want him to get used to winning first, and then you teach him the hard lessons about losing. That was way too soon for him to lose, especially to a rival like the Cowboys. Come on, man. What are we doing out there? But anyways, it's been a great week in my life. Been doing some cool things with the NRW people. We've got some great interviews lined up for you. Recently, we talked to Amber Nash of the Archer fame. If you watched that show, bunch of interviews we got lined up, some really cool things that we got coming. You should pop over to the NRW channel so you can watch that. A lot of cool things going on in the world. What else? Let me first start off by thanking our illustrious sponsor, as always, theymademewearit.com. They are dog stylists for the everyday parent. It's a husband and wife team. They're on a mission to help dogs discover their fashionable side, whether it is an awesome Halloween costume, adorable dress, comfy jammies, or custom designer gowns. Your fur baby will love wearing the latest fashions. I gotta tell you, these fashions are hot. So hot, your pet will not want to have fur. They're so hot. Woo! Also, when you're shopping in the store, you're helping do a good deed. You are contributing to Hope for Paws, which is an animal rescue organization that works tirelessly to rescue and save the lives of abandoned animals. So I just got one question. What are you waiting for? Why don't you go to theymademewearit.com, check them out, use code word blerd for 15% off the entire store. That's a heck of a deal. That's a blerdy deal right there. That's a great deal. So what else is going on? The Eagles lost. That was a terrible. I've been watching Marvel's What If. That is great. Tune into the NRW channel because we got reviews on Marvel's What If. We're talking all about it, breaking it down. This last episode was pretty incredible. They've gotten increasingly good, and now they're not kind of just one-off branches. They're starting to like coalesce and kind of link into each other, which is it's cool. It's like a multiverse within a multiverse. It's really, really cool. I love it. Another thing that was kind of also a good friend of mine, David Bencourt, writes for the Washington Post. He has also written a Miles Morales comic for Marvel Comics. It looks amazing. Looks like Miles is going to be over in Wakanda battling the Shocker. I don't know. It looks really good. I'm very excited to read that. That's kind of the wrap up of what's going on in my life. I don't want to take too much time talking about me because we got an amazing guest. We're circling back. We were supposed to have him on a couple weeks ago, but we got him here now. Lamar Nickens. Can't wait to talk to this dude. He's been producing music for 20 years. He's also a health enthusiast right now, and he's a father of four kids. That's crazy. Like that used to be normal in the olden days. Nowadays, 4 is unheard of. That's wild. And he accomplished this all under 40. So I'm very excited to talk to my good friend. I guess I could call him good friend, Lamar Nickens. Let's bring him in here. What's going on, Lamar?
What's up, baby? What's going on?
What's going on, man? You look good. I see you got the fit shirt on and everything.
Yeah, man. I just came from the gym. Did 2 sessions today. You know what
I'm
saying?
Oh, wow. I remember those days.
2 days, baby.
Yeah, now I do 2 a days with donuts. I have one in the morning, then I have one for lunch.
I've done us too.
Yeah, man. But I see you working out. Like I see your videos, and it inspires me. And because I used to get it in the gym. I don't know if you saw. I used to get it in the gym. I don't anymore.
Right. No,
how many years? But like, because you have 4 kids, right? How many years before you started being able to get back into the gym? Because I know when you first had the kids that you wasn't in the gym like that.
Man, I've kind of been off and on, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, but probably as of recently, last couple, probably about two, going on like 3 years strong now.
But
Quarantine kind of messing things
how
up,
old
but
how old were they before you were like, all right, I could, because right now I feel like I don't have time to like leave and go to the gym and like commit, or maybe I'm just making excuses.
well, right now they are 9, 11, 13, and 16. So I guess I kind of really started getting into it when they were 6, 8, 10, and 13.
Okay.
You see how I did the
Yeah,
math right?
yeah, I like that. That's quick maths, quick maths, as they say.
It's 2 plus 2 plus 3, because that's the formula.
Yeah.
But yeah, I waited till they were grown, but it really has nothing to do with them. I mean, I guess now that they're at the age where I can leave them alone and they can take care of themselves, and I don't have to worry about them like killing each other, burning the house down.
So
So I guess
I got
it's
like
okay.
5 or 6 years before I could start getting fit again, most likely. That's what, if I'm hearing you correctly.
I mean, no, man. You can get fit right now. Don't put that on me to make excuses. Don't even
I'm
try to
looking
put that
for an
off on me.
out.
You can do it right now. You know what I'm saying? You got plenty of time, space, and opportunity right there in that room.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you go to YouTube and like Google or search dad workouts, you'll find plenty of baby lifting.
Mm. I
Use what
will
you got.
I will say this, my core has gotten strong. Like I could stand straight up from a sit now. You know what I mean?
Man, listen, holding a baby right here in this with their butt here and them leaning on you for hours, man, that'll get you right.
Hmm. I I
Definitely.
uh I always wonder because they say like a dad strength. You know what I mean? For some reason, dads just had like really strong grips, and I'm like, oh, I get it now. Like now I understand why. Because the way you holding on to the baby when you get up and how you have to jostle him and whatever. I'm like, oh, that's how your grip gets strong as hell as a dad.
Yeah, they're they're
So,
very powerful.
anyways, I wanted to catch up with you, man. I see you on Facebook. I've always seen like your music when you drop like little tracks here and there. And
Very nice.
I always hit you up just like I'll DM you and be like, yo, that was hot, da, 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 and be in your ear about it. I really appreciate what you do because I feel like it's great. It's good music. It has a message. You have a distinct voice. How's it been, man? What's it like in the studio for you? How's life been on the music front?
Well, first of all, let me say that I appreciate you for always being such a supportive friend. It's one thing for somebody to just click the like button or even to comment or share it. But what I'm saying, hit somebody up on the DM or text message, it adds a personable element to it. So, I definitely appreciate the encouragement, man. As far as studio goes, man, like you said, I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm still pushing, still grinding. You know what I'm saying? I'm, still, still letting spirit do what it do. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Got plenty of stuff for you.
Oh, word.
Yeah, yeah, plenty of stuff for you. I'm trying to build this live thing, but that's been an endeavor trying
Like
to
your
work with other
like
people.
live performances and whatnot.
Yeah, but with a band though, what I'm saying?
Oh,
I can
really?
I've done plenty live by myself, and it's easy to be in the studio by yourself and record tracks and write and everything. But trying to work with people, other grown men and women who have kids and jobs and
Yeah.
different levels of passion. What I'm saying? It's hard to do.
Nah, I could definitely dig it. That's kind of why I
And
started
talent, and
doing this.
finding people with talent.
Yeah,
That's
well, some people have different talents, you know what I mean, that might not be
love this talent.
as a parent to,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, that's why I started doing this because it's like it's kind of self-contained. I can do it on my own. I don't have to wait for anybody. I just be like boom, like pop on the thing, you know what I mean? Try to and then you try to like structure things so it could go be up to your standard, whatever that is. So I definitely feel that. I know some people. I got one person in particular that I'm thinking right now who does music that I feel like y'all would hit it off. I feel like y'all would get along. I feel like y'all would do a nice track together. His name's Money Mike. I'm supposed to have him on the show too.
Money Mike.
But yeah, I'll have to sing you a couple of his tracks, man. He's cool. Dude is real. He's real focused.
I think I might
Real
know
grind.
him through Facebook.
Yeah, you might have seen him through Facebook, but I feel like y'all would come through with something that's really unique and dope.
Hey, I'm down for whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I love a collaboration. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It brings things out of you that you wouldn't do on your own. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
So
Cool.
what you been up to, man? What's new in your world? How's things?
What have I been up to, man? Just working, working out, working outside the home, working to bring some money in, working out this body, just working, man, working on becoming a better person, working on being a better father, better husband, a better friend. Hey, since we brought that up, I do apologize for stiffing you a couple weeks ago. It was I work a lot, came home, went to sleep, and by the time I woke up, you you had already ended it. And you said, and let me say that you sounded real distraught. Like you
I was
sounded real,
like,
you know, you
I was like, I was
I
looking
was.
forward to it.
First of all, I didn't realize that we were doing like a live thing. I thought you were doing like a pre-recorded little post-production, and because I watched your videos and I was
Yeah,
like, yeah, he's got the intros and all this. Like, there's no way he's doing this live. Like, this has
yeah.
got.
Hey,
But let
man,
let me applaud you on your production with
thank
the blurred dad imagery and the whole everything that you got going on. This is real. This is real. I was expecting a lot more low budget. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
really?
I was expecting like, ghetto, like but you know what I'm saying? Like you looking good. You're looking
Nah,
real good.
yeah.
This is
That's why
this
you
is a
got to
good
keep the
look.
professional standard.
This is
And
a good
part of
look. You got it.
professional standard is being disappointed if someone is late.
You got a ticker. This is great. This is beautiful.
Listen, if you had your
I
music up,
I applaud you.
we would throw up your music up there, or throw up your links if you had them. If you drop them now, I got someone on the inside. I got peoples, right? So if you say your link right now, they'll type in your link and figure it out, and then we'll throw it up there. That's how we do it here. We got peoples.
You know, I'm on some rebranding right now, and
Hmm.
I've taken I've actually tried to scrub the internet clean of any remnant of any of my music.
Oh
I'm
wow.
just yeah, I'm just working on a little something different right
It's
now.
like a
You know what I'm
re-imaging.
saying?
But can you say this? Is it going to be like go-go? Are you going to do go-go? Are you
I
going?
mean, it's not going to be specifically one genre or one type of music. I've got lots of go-go incorporated in lots of my tracks, but um, I just want like you said, I just was like dropping random shit with no kind of rhyme or reason. Here's a track. I'm gonna drop another one. Here's a video. But I'm coming up. Like I said, I'm trying to root up the live band, and
Mm.
you know, uh, it's I'm putting together a better package.
I,
I'm cooking it, putting a little seasoning on
I,
it. You know what I'm
dude,
saying? Stirring it
I'll
up.
tell you this. Like I don't know. I felt like I was right. I don't know. Maybe because I was just following you and just seeing, you know what I mean, when you were dropping stuff. I felt like I got it. Like I felt like I got what you were doing, what you were going for, where you were like put something out or whatever. But like when you listen to somebody, be like, yeah, man, see, he was doing it because of this, and then the person will be like, nah, that's not what I was doing at all. But thank you for reading into it.
No, you know what? I forgot who I was listening to get interviewed, and they asked him what he meant by something when he said something, and he was like, "I really don't even know. I wrote that rhyme so long ago, I can't even remember what I meant by it. But it doesn't even matter what I meant by it because to the listener, it can be perceived and implied in many different ways. So it doesn't matter so much what I originally intend. Like I listen to music that now that I've recorded a long time ago, and the words that I say, it sounds new to me because it's been so long, and it's like I'm sure I didn't mean what I interpreted now, but it's I don't know. I guess that means I'm like classic, like timeless. You know what I'm saying? Got a a
You're
message that keeps evolving. It's like
yeah.
it's like the Bible, man. How they've been preaching, the messages for like 2,000 years. Like they ain't changed. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? It's
But it
but
always gets interpreted. It evolves. You know what I'm saying?
exactly,
It's funny how like
exactly.
the Bible was written when they were like had like stone tablets and stuff, but now they'll be like, yeah, this passage meant like if you text somebody after midnight, that's not the Lord's word. That's like, oh wait, how'd you interpret that? That like they didn't even know about this technology back.
Exactly, exactly. Making things apply now to new age weaponry, and you know what I'm saying, and they were just using spears back then. But it's all about you know when you got a good message like that. Like, yeah, my message is like the Bible, son. You know what the Bible is the second most. We on the blerd dad. We black nerds, right? We
Yeah,
got
just
random facts about random
yeah,
shit in
nerd
our
out.
collective. You know what I'm saying? So I believe the Bible is the second most translated book in the world of all, had translated into most languages. What's
What's
your guess of what the number one most
Harry
translated
Potter?
book is?
Harry Potter.
No, it's on the list, but a little further down.
Oh, okay. Da Vinci Code.
No, Pinocchio.
Shut up. Are you serious?
Isn't that crazy, right?
That's
But the Bible
wild.
falls second to Pinocchio, a story about a boy who becomes real. It's
Story about a liar. That's the number one book is about a liar.
I
And
didn't
the
get
second
that.
book is a
I didn't
Bible.
see. I didn't get that. I didn't get that. Maybe that's why my mother showed it to me so many times. But I didn't even get that. It was about a boy who chased his dream through all types of trials and tribulations,
Mm,
and he made it to the promised land.
he did.
He cut his strings. He's no
Right.
longer a puppet. He's a
Right.
free man.
He did
That's
it with
what I
the
got
power
from
of
it.
lies.
He had to do what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? To get to where he needed to be.
Hey, to number one. You know what I'm saying? In front of the.
Shout out to Pinocchio.
I wonder if there's a
Geppetto
lesson in
can't
that.
hold me back.
Right?
His
Nothing gonna
strings.
hold me back. I wonder if there's a lesson in that. No, that's
Of course there
yeah.
is.
So speaking of that, like and messaging and art, what's up with your kids? Do they see your art? Do they see your music and listen to it? Do they keep you young? Do they be like, Dad, you gotta do this, you gotta da 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 da, why don't you rhyme like Lil Uzi Vert? Or like what like
There's an aspect of keeping you young because they're hip. You know what I'm saying? They know the new lingo and the new dance moves and the new fashion, if you can call it that or whatever. But at the same time, them being kids and you being their parent, they also make you old and grow you up quick at the same time. So
mm,
they may keep you sort of relevant, I guess, so to speak. But what I'm saying, kids will grow you up real quick.
I could dig it. I do gotta like this is this is not a great segue, but I'll just circling back to what you said before. In terms of being good friends, I always will give you a pass because you were one of the first people to come out to see me when I was doing stand up, and this was when I wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? And you still came out there and showed love and tried to be as supportive as possible. You know what I mean? So I super appreciate that, of course. You know what I mean?
Hey man, self-deprecation shows a lot of growth in character, man, a lot of maturity. You know what I'm saying? A
Hey,
lot of
but
maturation.
when I started, I was like, man, I'm hot. I'm out here killing in these streets. And then it was
Yeah.
funny though, because you have been performing and everything. You're a musician, and you said it in a very kind way. You were just like, yeah, man, just keep doing it. You're gonna get that stage presence right. And I was like, but I thought I
See,
did it.
I don't remember actually saying that, but that is definitely some Lamar. That is definitely some Lamar shit right there. That's like undercover asshole right there.
Right?
Like,
But it's not though.
it's,
You know why? Because it made me focus on like, oh, get my stage presence right. It's not where I think it is, but in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm. But then having someone who's an actual performer being like, nah, it takes a moment to get your stage presence right. I was like, oh, okay, I can work on that.
well, since we talking about what was that performance? Did you have it like recorded? Were
I
you able to
did,
like
and I
go
went
back and
back and
watch it?
watched it, and I saw exactly what you saw.
Okay. I don't. All I remember that night is that your mic kept fucking up, and like you didn't know how to handle that situation, and like
Well,
you should, and it was such like a close knit, atmosphere.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You should just put the mic down and just broadcast like we was in theater. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Well,
I don't know.
see, that's the thing. It's like I started out right. So now I've been through
Then
a
again, I'm a
bunch of different
musician. I don't know
situations.
how that might have worked as a comic.
No, no, you're right. You're right. But um, it kind of works as it works very, very similarly. But I've been in a lot of positions. That's a time that has grown me as like a performer and whatnot. But during that time, I had probably been on stage like maybe I don't know, like 5, 10 times, or like it was
Yeah,
very early. So it's
yeah.
like first thing that happened, the dude threw the mic stand at me. Then the mic came out and cut. And so it's like, like comedy is
But
hard.
all of that shit was funny though. You know what I mean? Like maybe we were laughing for the wrong reason, but it was all funny. You know what I'm saying? Because like, plus it was like me and Malachi, like we knew you, so like seeing your mannerisms of like, it was like it was funny to us, like,
Right. I
but
mean,
like
people
in
were
love though,
laughing.
in love, yeah.
Listen out there. If you're listening to this, people were laughing. They were,
No, yeah,
they were
yeah. It was funny. It was funny. It was a fucking fiasco. It was
it was a
fucking hilarious.
fiasco.
It was.
But
I feel like
nah,
we should describe it more. It was so like what I'm saying. It was definitely early Glenn stages of comedy, and what I'm saying. Lots of technical difficulties. The microphone cable, it like kept coming out the mic, and
yeah,
you like kept trying to put it in, and it was like making these all kind of like
the popping and
sounds, and the
clickings
sounds.
and yeah,
Oh, it was just bad. And then,
yeah. This
oh
listen, that's
man.
not the one you want to invite people out
And
on.
what
You
was
know what I
what was
mean?
dude's name? Jelani or something like that. Like
You
that's
remember that dude? Yeah,
you know
man.
why I remember? Because you
Why?
said his name at least 30 times.
Because it was funny. He's like, we're like brothers, you know what I mean? And so behind the scenes, we're always like doing stuff when we're at open mics by each other. We'll, be fucking with each other. But this is like a showcase where there's like actual paying customers or whatever.
Nah,
But during it, he threw the mics, like the mic stand messed up, and he just threw it at me, which as I've been hosting more, I
yeah,
know that you don't do that. Like you
yeah.
leave the stage in a nice position for the performer, but he just like threw it at me. He threw me to the wolves, basically.
So you learned a lot from that. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Very perceptive. Very
right.
perceptive.
But had you not pointed it out that I could have handled it better,
Nah, you
I
you
probably wouldn't
you
have went back and been like, maybe I could.
nah you were perceptive enough. You'd have picked up one either way.
But I feel you when I start performing again, I'm gonna have to invite you out. You and the lady get a babysitter, come out, check it out again. I think it'll be much improved. You know what I'm
No
saying? And
doubt.
if it's
No
not, you'll
doubt.
tell me. And
No doubt. Hopefully I won't be an asshole about it.
no, I didn't think you were an asshole about it. It was fun, man. But it's all a growing experience. I actually this is why I love my friends, because a lot of them have that, I guess you could call it asshole, to like a truth, honesty to them. You know what I mean? These are the type of people that I really rock with, because I don't want people being like, that was so great, and then I'm out there looking like Boo Boo the Fool. You know what I mean? Like out on the island, it's like your friends. Like, you ever see those people who are out there doing something, and you're like, none of your friends told you that wasn't a good idea. Like, no, none of them. Like, you don't have a friend in the back of your head that you were like, oh, I know he told me I shouldn't do this, but you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I got friends that tell me that all the time. Mother, wife. But I'll be so headstrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type, if I get it in my head, I'm gonna do it anyway. And then after the fact, be like, damn, I should have listened.
see, that's
They
why
told
you
me not to
scrubbing your
do that
internet
shit.
right now, because you
They,
you should have listened up front.
they told me not to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I probably should listen. But as my man said, sometimes you gotta bump your head to learn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
We
man.
don't.
How's fatherhood been for you, man? How's it going for you?
Man, you're talking about like what, a 16-year span now. And over that 16 years, you know what I'm saying, I've accumulated 4 children. So fatherhood has evolved from what it was when I saw that first head come out back in 2005, something like
Yeah,
that. And by the time that was hard. I mean, I was like 25 though,
right.
which I feel like isn't that young. I feel like, 25 is, I mean, I was still living with my mama at the time. And, what I'm saying, my girlfriend at the time, she was living with her parents and going to school. And, we were definitely not established. So,
Right, right.
life definitely played a part into, you know, uh, fatherhood and, trying to be a provider for your family and in Loudoun County, being a man of color, and
Hmm.
it's things got so and then the second one came, and I really didn't want a second one, but even though I was asking my wife every night, baby, did you take your pills? You know what I'm saying? You need me to get you some water? You know what I'm saying? And then, she'd be like, yeah, I took it. And then, I'd randomly like open it up, be like, yo, it's Thursday. Like you haven't, and then she'd be like, oh, let me take like 5 of them now. I believe I'd be like, yo, that's not how it works. Like you can't just take a week's worth. And it's like, what about the 5 days? And like, so anyway, she got pregnant. I think she was actually pregnant when she took like all 5 of them.
Right.
Oh, it was, oh Lord. So, and at that time we were married, but we were living in her parents' basement, which is,
Mm,
I thank God for them to, allow us that, rent free, you know what I'm saying? And able to, get on my feet and everything. But you live in your in-laws' basement, you know what I'm saying? Actually,
right.
was I married? Actually, no, we weren't married at the time. So she was just my girlfriend. Were we married? I can't even remember. It was, yeah, it's all a blur. And so, getting her pregnant once in my mama house and then getting her pregnant again in her mama house, it's like, man, like I said, you got to bump your head to learn. I'm just
Right.
like continuously
Oh,
like,
what?
and then the third one came. By this time we had an apartment, I think, or maybe we were in our townhome now. But meanwhile, I'm not. I wasn't like, hey, let's keep. You want to have another one? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It was, and then you know what I'm saying. Then the a few years, then the fourth one came, and this one was a girl. I had 3 sons, and this one was a girl.
Oh,
And then my
wow.
wife was like, okay, we can shut down the factory now. And then she went and got fixed. So I was like, oh, okay. So that's why we kept having children, because you wanted a daughter.
There you
And
go. Look, you didn't even know that you was on a schedule. You was on a different schedule.
can we edit this? Wait a minute. How I shouldn't wait. I didn't mean that like we've talked about this. You know what I'm saying?
I'm,
Like it's
yeah,
we've had this conversation before.
I mean,
I've said plenty of times like had we had our daughter first, we probably only had one child. Like so
that was what you were working towards. You're trying, it's the practice swings up into the. But I've talked to a lot of people, you know what I mean, like about that, and I feel like that's actually I think the best way to have it is like to unintentionally do it, because parenting is so hard. It does it like if you made the decision to do it, it's like, why did you make the decision to harm to like, you know what I mean, like injure your life like this? Like it's
I didn't well I guess all that to say I never made this decision. I get I mean I don't want to sound like I mean you know
but that's that
I take responsibility for my
right.
actions, but I guess
But that's what I'm saying.
I didn't make the decision to wear any condom or pull out. You know what I'm saying?
I
So I
mean, in
guess
the
I
back of your
did.
head, like in the back of your head, you always know, like, this could be a baby. Like, this, so if you're doing it, like, you know what I mean? Any,
Yeah,
to me, any man is like, oh, yeah, that is most likely going to be the result, because that's what's supposed to be the result.
yep, yep,
So, so deep down, probably subconsciously, you wanted all 4 of them.
yeah, yeah. They just kept on coming, or maybe that was me.
There you go. Nah,
No, but
man.
to answer your question, how's fatherhood? It started and it was like okay, and then gradually it was like all right, I think I'm getting the hang of this, and it was like I lost my job, and then it was like oh okay, we're coming back, and then it was like marital problems, and it was like oh okay, now we're making treadway again. It's the journey of life, man. Fatherhood, you know what I'm saying? And embracing it. I mean, what the fuck is fatherhood? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, what exactly is that? Is that like, tucking your children in at night? Is that being a provider and going out and going to work while your wife
Mhm.
stays home for 12, 13 years?
Mhm.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Is that like, or maybe it was like 10. It was maybe like
Is
10.
it lessons? Is it teaching them?
I
You
mean,
know what I mean?
what is
Yeah,
it? What is it? You know what I'm saying? I mean, a
that's
little
what.
background since I'm the one getting interviewed on your show. Like, I just made the Facebook post that, what I'm saying? I just met my father at 40, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
wow.
A week before my 40th birthday, which ironically usually falls on Father's Day
Oh,
or
wow.
the day
How'd that
after.
go? How was that?
It was surreal.
Emotion
It was
emotional? Yeah.
I wouldn't really say emotional. I'm at the point in my life where I really don't allow myself to really get too high or too low. So I kept it. No, I just kept it right here. And
Mm.
it was. it was a little emotional for my uh, sister that I met, who's a few years younger than me. Who, it was it was a lot. It was a lot. I, saying probably aren't going to fill you in on all those details to have it, reside forever on the
On the
web,
internet,
because
yeah.
these people probably don't want me to put them out there like that. But you know my mother, she gave me a ancestry test for Christmas like 10 years ago, and it sat over here by my records for like 6 years. And what I'm saying, then one day I just decided to spit in the tube, send it off, and it came back with what I'm saying, my mother and my sisters, and it had some girl on there who is above my sisters with my DNA. And I was like, oh, who's this girl? So I ended up finding her on Facebook. She had, it's crazy the amount of information that you can get from people on Facebook. Like
Right.
like where people live and their phone, like the amount of information that is just they offer up freely to the public. Like, I didn't even know this person, and I just looked, I found them and found their phone
Right there.
number, and what I'm saying, I called them, and she picked up the phone while she was in church, I believe, and I was like, hey, yeah, I think I'm your brother, and who's your daddy, because I'm trying to meet him, because
Wow.
I'm trying to get a test too. And then
Wow. That's
you
probably crazy that she was in church. The pastor just said something and her
know,
phone rings. And
he
it's
did.
like, I'm your brother.
God's trying to talk to you. God's trying to talk to you right now. And it was
Yeah.
me calling like, hey, I'm your estranged brother.
Yeah.
Like,
That's out of a TV show right there. That's a TV drama. That is what is that? That's This Is
yeah,
Us territory. Like,
yeah, yeah. My aunt just actually sent me a meme of some body who posted a picture of them finding their dad, and like it was one of them, how it started and how it's going, kind of things. And I called Ancestry because I was trying to figure out, what I'm saying, who this person was. And when I called my, sister for the first time, she wasn't very like, open and receptive, as she, she was,
right.
kind of taken back because, out of nowhere, I'm like, yo, I'm your brother, and I'm older than you, and I was born, what I'm saying. And
Oh, so
so
you
she
called like
kind of,
real hyped, like
oh, I
excited,
was,
like,
I was, I was, yeah. I could probably felt like I was coming through the phone at her, and she, she was kind of real reluctant to, divulge information and whatnot. So I had to like go, another route, and I'm like hiring PIs, and I'm calling Ancestry, and they're
oh
like,
wow.
yeah, for $3,000, we can find your daddy dead or alive. I was like, man, that's scary that y'all can guarantee that. Actually,
Yeah.
I mean, what
That
kind of
was this.
resources
So
y'all
was this
got?
something that you were living with for like a while? Really work? What did it weigh on you? Just like going through life, like trying to figure it out.
I wouldn't say it weighed on me. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, being raised by a single mother, it's like you don't really, I didn't really feel like I was missing anything. Like, you don't know what you're missing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know anybody else who didn't know their father. So, like, all my friends had dads or, older brothers or siblings, young, what I'm saying, families, large families. But,
Hmm.
what I'm saying? You know, it, I don't know. I didn't feel like I was really ever without until, what I'm saying, I started, you know, 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, what I'm saying, really trying to understand what being a man is, what I'm saying, and, you know, realizing I am kind of, you know, living off experience, learning on the go. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, there's a lot of people who are doing that same, you know what I mean, thing. You know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Plenty of brothers got the same story. You know what I'm saying? I don't know too many of them because I grew up here in the burbs, and I like not in like the inner city or urban environment like that. But
You know what's funny
yeah.
about where we grew up is it is in the burbs, but everybody tries to act like they grew up in 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 that type of environment. And me coming from California, which is a lot closer to that environment than this was, I looked around and I was just always very like I was never really worried or like scared of anybody because I was just like, what are y'all talking about? Like this is not This is the suburbs. What are you doing? What's happening
Yeah,
here?
it's definitely not gangster out here. You know what I'm saying? This is literally the reason why my mother moved us out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's
But then
definitely
everyone,
different
but
than
then there's a lot of acting like it's gangster out there. It's like,
yeah. I mean, I was born in Petersburg, which through my trials of trying to find my dad, like she moved us out when I was pretty young, up to Front Royal, Winchester, Reston, Loudoun County, kind of just straight up the map. But and she was born in DC, so she definitely chose to raise me in the type of environment that what I'm saying wasn't one where I was born or where she was born. So yeah, ain't nothing out here. Nah,
not that we want it.
the only
Yeah.
thing to fear out here is the police. It's and
Right.
like we weren't even like bad kids. We were just didn't have nothing to do.
Yeah, exactly. No, what's kind of interesting though is now having the son, right? I'm thinking about that because we're kind of in that same position where it's like, okay, you're in a smaller apartment, married, have a kid, and you start looking to branch out, and then you start thinking like you really start thinking about like where am I going to raise this kid? Like what environment do I want to have them privy to? Like what neighborhood? What are the neighbors like around here? Where's it going? What's the schools like? What are the roads like? What are the drivers like? All of this
I would
kind of
say the
goes.
schools are probably the number one thing because we've been looking to move for a while because Loudoun County is crazy congested and crazy expensive, but yeah, the schools is the number one thing. You want a nice affordable house, school's gonna drop off. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
you want to be in a good district with a good school, and you know what I'm saying you're gonna pay for that. So you know it's hard,
Look,
man.
that's why I got to do this Blerd Dad podcast super professional because I'm trying to make enough money to get to a good school district now.
Amen. Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
Try like
Am I getting my good side? Am I showing my good light?
listen, I'm not trying to ball out with chains or sneakers anymore. I'm trying to ball out on school districts. Like
You know what I'm saying? Yes, that's right.
that's what
Um,
I'm trying to do. I'm trying to flex. Right now we're in Arlington, and I'm like I love that. I love that area, but you still look around like, okay, like what
What's
is
the
it? What is
number?
it like?
What's the number on the high school? That's the first thing my wife checks as soon as she goes online. What's the number on the high school? I think they're like a six now, something like
Mhm.
that. Man, we were looking in neighborhoods, where we could afford. Man, the high school is like at a two.
What's the number? What is that? Is it higher better or
I'm
lower better?
I'm not sure what the rating is, whether it's like test scores or graduation rate, or I'm not sure what the number is based off of, but it's a 1 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
you know, it would we were looking down in like Woodbridge, and Potomac High School is like a two. Great affordable houses down there though, nice land acreage. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
right.
But if you want to be on the other side of town, you know what I'm saying? I think it was Hilton or something. I think they were like a six or something. It was like it makes a difference when your high school is rated as a six or a two. I'm not sure what the ratings for, who makes the ratings, but I feel like that's a pretty drastic difference. And
Right.
my kids are here, born and raised in Loudoun County in the suburbs. I don't feel like, dropping them off at, a two rated school. I don't think they're ready for that. Like you're supposed to go from like two to up to six. You're not supposed to go from six to two.
Six and
You know what I'm
two.
saying? I feel like
Take them
I feel like
backwards.
that'd be a little culture shock. I don't know if my kids,
Yeah. Fresh Prince
I
of
don't,
Bel Air. He went from
oh,
Philadelphia to Bel Air.
yeah,
He didn't go from
yeah,
Bel Air to
yeah.
Philly. That's a
That'd have
different
been a
show.
whole different show. That would have been a whole different.
Absolutely, 100%. That's a different show. Yeah. Will Smith turns into a totally
Bruh,
different character.
we got to work on that. We got to work on that. You might should actually edit this. Damn, we're live. Shit. We got to work on that. We got to
Yeah,
work on
man.
that.
Yeah, man. Now it's definitely something that I've been thinking about and looking at because right now he's young and the world is kind of like your oyster, you know what I mean? But as
Whole
it goes
different
on, the
show.
thing that's most scary, right, in my life, right, as I got to a certain age where my choices opened up doors or closed doors, depending on which ones you make, like a choose your own adventure novel. Right now, he's at the point where my choices impact his novel. You know what I'm saying? And that is very frightening. So, it's cool, like, oh, everybody has their own choice, but your parents could definitely limit your choices when you're like before you can even make them. So that's been not wearing on me, but I've been mindful of that.
For sure. For sure.
So I don't know, man. You've been on this fitness kick. I saw that. How's that going? Cause I see you got your wife involved in it as well. She's out there getting fit with you too.
I mean, you know, I wouldn't necessarily say I got her involved. I got her involved the same way I've been trying to get everyone else on earth involved, you know what I'm saying? And you know, health is wealth, and you know, taking care of your body and being your best self. You know, she basically saw me going to the gym every day and was like, you can't be the only one in here looking good,
Huh.
so I gotta go to the gym too. So you know, she come do some cardio, and you know, I mean, it's funny because you know she comes to the gym and you know not know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So she would just like tag along with me, and 90% of the time I'm doing like chest and arm shit because
Right.
that's what dudes do
Mm-hmm.
mostly when they go to the gym. And what I've noticed is most women when they go to the gym, it's either all squats or leg lunges. The women are all about the you know the booty and the lower half, and men are all about the you know the chest
The
and
upper
the
body.
upper half
Yeah.
and the arms. So you know what I'm saying. So she'd be following me and just doing bicep curls and tricep extensions the whole time. Like yo, your arms are gonna be diesel as fuck, baby. Like you should go. You should go
Do
over
squats.
there on that side. Yeah, you should go
Do
over there. Like,
squats.
dude, look what they're doing. You should go over
Stop.
there. I mean,
Stop skipping leg day.
like, oh, I do leg day twice a week. Like, I had leg day this morning. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Even went back for more this afternoon. But you know what I'm saying? She, you know, I feel like she. Anyway, she hasn't. I actually just canceled her membership because you know she wasn't going too often. Actually, they just closed the Gold's Gym in my neighborhood, so I've been driving all the way to Sterling to go to the gym.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, and you know she doesn't have that much dedication. I feel like I've been dogging my wife a lot in this episode.
No,
Like, what
not
what
at
is
all.
happening? Like,
Not at
can
all.
I, let's
No,
let's the
no,
fatherhood. Yeah,
no, it's.
no
I mean,
doubt.
it is. I mean, but listen. Here's the thing.
I'm sorry.
I'm.
No, she actually she got some great results. You know what I'm saying? Everybody looking right. I act see the thing is I like her thick. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And you know she may be just a little self conscious or something. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But you
As
know.
most women are. I mean, my wife started working out. She started running. She was getting good and fit. And I had to put that to an end. So I put a baby
Yeah,
in her. I
man.
was
Like,
like, no,
yeah,
we ain't gonna have you looking all, because
no.
we're at comedy clubs with a bunch of heathens, you know what I'm saying? And she's getting all fit, and everybody's like, oh, okay, Steph. No, nuh-uh. Get a baby in there, thicken her up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Put her out of commission for a hot second.
Hey,
And
man.
and
I
slow
told
that
my
down. I had to
wife,
slow down that
man.
trajectory.
I said, you can do side bends or sit ups, but please don't lose that butt.
Absolutely. No, but she started working out, but it was good because I had slowed down and I hadn't been working out the way that I used to, because I used to go very hard in the gym, like 2 days. Yes, I used to work out like 3 times a day. I would go lift, I would do boxing class, and then I would do yoga. Like that would be my joint. Like I would do that every Saturday, and then on the weekdays I would either hit like a cardio workout and a boxing workout, or a cardio and a lift. I used to be on it. And
That's a lot.
then
That's a lot.
I slowed down, and then the pandemic, and then I wasn't like, I just did, like, I felt that depressed thing where I was just in the house, didn't care about nothing, didn't want to do
Yeah.
nothing. And now I'm trying to get out of that, but I don't want to go to the gym because I'm like, man, they over here breathing heavy. Like I don't know how,
You still
know.
working from home?
I'm still working from home.
Oh
So I
man.
have no excuse. I could be
Yeah,
doing
you
all that.
live
But
the life.
now the kid's here. So I'm tired.
You live the life. I was deemed an essential employee. I never experienced the work from home. I've been out there the whole time.
Oh
I
wow.
experienced working during the quarantine. Man,
Mm,
no cars on the road. It was like being an I Am Legend, just driving, being it was eerie, but it was great. Now,
yeah.
now it's crazy. Now I miss quarantine traffic. Now,
Yeah.
now there's just people on the road all the time for no reason. Like, where are y'all going? Like, go be home.
Yeah, like people are like, "Oh, it's a conspiracy." I'm like, "Well, can you start it up again? Because I like the
Man,
traffic."
man,
when
I
it
tell
was
you, man.
there. Yo, so here at the Blerd Dad podcast, we like to blurt out about things. What do you nerd out about? What do you like to nerd out about? What's your nerd of choice? What's your weapon of choice when you nerd out?
Oh man, you know what I'm saying? I'm like a all around nerd. I like to nerd out about everything, man. I watch random documentaries and YouTube clips and like just I nerd out about just random. Probably the more random, the more I nerd out about it. That's what I
Mm,
nerd out about. Just random,
randomness.
not because it's random, but you know what I'm saying. Just the shit that I end up like indulging myself in. Just happens to what most probably would consider like random shit.
Speaking of which, like on Facebook, do you ever see where, like, speaking of random, where they'll put like an article and it'll be like MIT just figured out how to teleport somebody to Jupiter, and you'll be like, wait, what? And then you'll like read the
No,
article, it'll be some like weird,
no, no. I
not
don't.
like nothing like that.
No, I don't click those. I mean, I see them, but I don't click them because that's just clickbait. I recognize clickbait. I leave the clickbait
Hey,
alone.
those articles are good, and they'll talk about some
No,
stuff, and then like 5-10 years
no.
later, it'll
It's
be like,
literally like
and
the online National Enquirer. That's literally all that is. Like, there's nothing in there to
I'm
you
telling
know.
you, bro, we gonna be teleporting to Jupiter. You gonna miss
There's
out. I'm gonna
nothing
get
in
on
there.
the first.
I don't
I'm gonna
know.
get on maybe the third. I'm gonna get on the third.
I
Two
don't know.
after they do 2 trips.
In Men in Black, the Enquirer, that was like the real news, right? That was
Yo, bruh, that's what I'm saying. I feel like they be putting some stuff out there in the media, and then it'll be like, oh yeah, just to get you ready for it. So when it happens, it'll be like, see, we told you.
what else do I nerd out about? Music. I got you know, thousands of records over here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
You still on
vinyl
vinyl?
wax. Yeah, vinyl on
Okay.
vinyl and wax. And you know, I nerd out on music. You know, I nerd out at the gym if that can correlate. Um,
I've
I
never
mean,
heard that terminology
what's
before, but
what's
I'll
the
go with it.
definition? What's the definition of nerd? Like
This
how do you how do you nerd out on something?
this is
What does
something that
that
you're
mean?
very, very passionate about to the point that it makes other people uncomfortable. That's what I think. When I hear that, there's all kinds of things. Like we have Marcus on there. Marcus, college
Mm.
roommate, you're a good friend. He was on. He was talking about how he nerds out about guns. You know what I mean? Putting together and that type of thing. So I mean,
I really,
it literally could be whatever. You know.
I wouldn't say really nerd out on guns. I mean, they're cool, but yeah, they don't spark my interest that much. The range is expensive out here.
Oh
Anyway,
man, yeah, bullets are crazy. It's wild, but it seems like it might be a good investment right now. Seems like that might be it might be something a good place to put some extra funds.
was it your podcast I was listening to? I listen and watch so many damn podcasts now. It's hard to keep them straight. But it was either yours or some. It was either you or somebody talking about taking their son to the gun range and they knew all the guns from like the video game they played. Was that
Oh yeah, that
you?
was I think that was an older episode. Who was that? I can't remember, but they'll be like pointing them
Was it
out.
was it Karan's episode? It might have been Karan talking about it.
I don't think Karan takes his son to the gun range. I don't
I
think
think it was Karan. I think Karan said he took his son to the gun range. Anyway,
it
I
might have been.
that's exactly what happened. Like I took my son over to the gun range, and you know what I'm saying. As soon as we walked in, he was like, I want to shoot the Scorpion and the MPX and the." I was like,
Wait, what? So how you how you know that? They know how to
"Oh
load it
man,
up and everything.
that's my favorite gun on Call of Duty or something." I was, "Oh, okay, wow, this is."
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess my son's a nerd about guns.
yeah, right. How did he do? Was he accurate?
Actually, he was, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, it had a laser scope on it that was like $600. So I think, you know what I'm saying, when you got something like that, it pretty much shoots for you.
Mm.
But you know, it was pretty cool. Those semi-autos, they got less of a kick than handguns. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, they're pretty much on point.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
What about you,
Well,
man? What are you nerd about out about?
I
What's your
don't know if
nerd
you've seen.
shit?
We are on the Nerds Rule the World podcast. I nerd out about so much nowadays. Been just nerding out about I've been nerding out about the economy right now. I feel like as soon as I had the kid, I was like, this damn economy.
Do you trade?
I do a little, I dibble and dabble in it, trying to figure out, you know what I mean, just trying to get ahead of the curve or
Right.
whatever. But I don't have any confidence, so I took all my chips off the table. But I made I
Oh
made
yeah.
like a I made a little scratch, you know what I'm saying, off the market for a minute.
Were you using Fidelity investments or you had a?
No, I was on the Robinhood. This was before the whole
Oh,
GameStop
okay.
thing. So I was
Gotcha.
I was
Gotcha.
going
Gotcha.
back and forth, and then I got a nice little position. Made some off some Microsoft, made some off. I made a little bit off the GameStop, made a little bit off the AMC, and then took my
Yeah.
chips off the table.
Yeah. Scared.
Because I
Scared
was
money
like,
don't make money.
I just think, but I think the thing is taking your chips off the table right now will be good, because I think when it comes down, you can buy back in and then you can sell when it's high again. You know what I'm saying? So you ride that wave a little bit. But I've been nerding out about that quite a bit. Of course, I've been nerding out about, all this Marvel stuff. Because that's from my childhood, Sunday morning cartoons, comic books, all that type of stuff. So
Yeah, I definitely nerd out on the comic book tips. So you're definitely a Marvel over DC guy, I would imagine.
I tend to,
Oh,
yeah. You know
okay.
why? Because Marvel started out with a lot of uh like personal issues with their comic book characters, as opposed to DC, which just had like kind of the sensational stuff, like here's an alien that could do everything and lift like millions of pounds and stuff. When Marvel was like, this dude's sad. You know what I mean? Like his superpower is sadness, and it's like,
uh,
oh, okay, I could relate to that.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What about you? You
I actually, speaking of the, Marvel tip, I actually, yeah, I nerd out about. I just binged the actual like whole Marvel cinematic MCU, like from phase one of Iron Man,
Oh wow.
all the way through what Loki.
Uh
You know what I'm
huh.
saying? Like kind of recently. Like I probably shouldn't have been able to blow through them Jones that fast, but yeah, I just seen like the whole thing.
How what did you rock with it?
However, I watched it on, Disney Plus, so I was able, they actually have, one category so you can watch the whole thing in timeline order
Uh
as
huh.
opposed to like the order of when
Oh, they
they
have that on
came
different.
out.
Really?
Yeah, so if you like go down a couple menus to the sub menu, it'll be like order. You know what I'm saying? So, it has what was one that came out last? What was Captain Marvel, but it's like
Mm-hmm.
the third movie, you know what I'm saying? And
Ah,
the installment, like right after Captain America or some shit like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So it was cool watching it that way because, we didn't see it that way. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We'd go to the movie and be like, oh, this is at this point on the timeline.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was cool actually watching the whole thing throughout.
Hey, Stephanie, cue up the Marvel timeline order on Disney. All right,
Starting with Iron Man. Actually,
starting
it's
with Iron
what?
Man.
No, it's Captain America. The
Okay,
first,
starting with Captain America.
the first Avenger. It'll put it in order. Yeah, but it
Yeah.
was dope. But like I was saying, I nerded out and watched the entire thing, and then I realized, like, a month or so later, like they don't have Spider-Man on there, the Homecoming or the Far From
Far From
Home.
Home.
So yeah,
Ah.
and then I couldn't remember where on the timeline those two movies fell because I just watched the whole thing in order and it didn't make sense. So now I still need to go back and watch those two, but they're not on Disney Plus. So I gotta like, you know,
Yeah.
download it or some
Well, so
shit.
I think it's easy. I can help you out. Watch Spider-Man Homecoming after you watch Civil War. That's where that
Oh,
one
that's
should
like
go.
early in the timeline.
Yeah, so that's
Well,
where that
no,
one
oh
goes.
no,
But then
Civil
Far
War.
From
That's
Home, you got to
different.
watch right after Endgame.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's where unless there's another Marvel movie that they slide in after the fact, but that'll be coming out later. But if you watch it there, that should be right, because Spider-Man, like Iron Man meets Spider-Man in Civil War, and then he talks about it in the Homecoming about how he just got back from Germany and it was real cool. So
Yeah, you actually reminded me in the intro. I watched like the first two episodes of What If, but I forgot about it. So I probably got like, what's it on now?
it's
Like,
on 8. It's on the
oh
8th one.
shit, for real?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Now I can now I've got something else to binge. That's
There
what's
you
up.
go. There you go,
Yeah.
man.
I
That's-
really don't, I really can't get down with the cartoons too much, but they keep it captivating.
You know what? It's
a good storyline.
interesting if you're into this whole universe and everything. It's interesting. It took me a moment to get into it, but around the third, fourth episode, I was like, okay, I'm really feeling this. And then it just kept getting. I was like, oh, okay, now and now I'm like, I'm hyped. And it got to the point now with this past episode where I'm like, why is this only 30 minutes? Like, please, like, give us more so we don't have to, suffer waiting for the next one to come out. But
It's
it's
not even the whole 30 minutes. It's like 12 minutes of credits.
yeah, right. And half of them are in like French or Spanish. It's like, come on, bro,
Yeah,
don't count
it's
that in the
literally like
runtime.
we're literally watching a short. That's exactly that's
It
all it is.
really
We're
is,
watching
but they
a
do it
Disney
good,
short.
so it's like captivating or whatever. You know what, I kind of like to not watch these things so that I could binge them like later. You know what I mean? So that's what
Yeah,
I
man.
want to do.
It's you like who the hell comes out with shows now and only gives you like one episode a week? Like that shit is so passe now.
Yeah,
Like who the fuck? Like
Netflix killed that.
man, you would think, but like they still HBO does it,
Hmm.
Stars does it.
It's like I don't have time for all this
Yeah,
incrementalism. You know
man,
what I
just
mean?
just give
Like
me
there's
just
a
give me the
pandemic.
whole
I could
stuff.
die tomorrow. I need to binge tonight. Put it
You
out there.
try to wait till next week? Fuck a cliffhanger. Let me see the whole thing now.
Yeah. So tell the people where they could find more of your music or where they could look out for you. So when you do drop that new project that they could be privy to it and check it out.
Um,
You want me to hold off? You want me to announce later where they
I
can
mean, it's
follow
too
you
late
or
now. Like, hey, man, we live. Shit. Let me see. Right now, the people hopefully they can't find me anywhere because you know what I'm saying. Like I said,
mm, do you got a name that you're going to name
scrub
the
the internet
album
of
or the band?
all trace of. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, no, no. But I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna be out there, and they're gonna see me.
Wait, do you got a name that you want to name the band or the album? Do you got a name that you're going to call it or go by?
Oh, it's Illuminati. What happened?
You broke
Okay,
up a little
maybe
bit.
it's just me. I
It
got
might be broken up. But well, I'll just tell them to look out. Google Lamar Nickens. Unless you got another name for the album or whatever, or the band. I'll just tell them to look at that.
nope, none of that. It's under wraps right now. Nope, you
It's
get no
under
piece of
wraps.
it. Nope. But truth be told, when the product is ready, you'll be one of the first people, that I will definitely reach out to. Maybe we can do like a whole, like listening party or something like that. Maybe when I get my podcast up and running, you can be a guest on my show, and then
I
what I'm
would
saying,
love
we
to.
can,
I would love to.
I have to like incorporate the music somehow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
As you have your
I would love
your
to. You remember
nerdiness.
when we used to have rap
Because
battles back in the day at Broad Run? Remember the rap battles?
yeah, I remember something like that. Something like that. Yeah.
Are you into
Yeah.
battle
Yeah.
rap? Have you been watching battle rap recently?
I've never, I can appreciate battle rap, as long as about as long as like a New York dude can appreciate go-go music. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, in my experience, dudes from New York, people from New York just really hate go-go. They'd be like, why? It's like the same song for like 3 hours. Like, that's kind of how I can't really. I like music. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I like accompaniment. You know what I'm saying, with instruments. You know what I'm
You like
saying? When
melodics, like rhythm,
I
right?
really don't like. I really don't like. I mean, if we're talking about like personal preference, what I like to spend my time listening to, you know what I'm saying? I'm really not big on the theatrics, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Some battle rap is cool when it's showcasing like talent, but you know what I'm saying? If you're pulling props out of dude's girlfriend, like a whole like full size, and you've gone on Facebook and did your research, and like you bringing shit up about his family, and I don't know, it just gets weird, man. It just
Yeah.
gets weird. You know why it gets weird?
All right.
Because they it they make that battle rap so, you know what I'm saying, testosterone filled, like machismo, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna murder you,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, like lyrically, I'm gonna cut your head, and it's so mask, even when the females do, it's so like overly over the top aggressive, when at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, you're two dudes talking poetry to each other, like, you know what I'm saying, I mean, how, how hard can you really be? Like at the end of the day, at the end of all that other shit, is no matter how hyped the crowd was, no matter what bar killed them, no matter how violent, ruthless you were able to slaughter your opponent, at the end of the day, y'all dudes are saying y'all, you sat down at your house for hours and you thought about another man and you wrote a poem to perform to him in front of the entire world with the internet. Like I mean, think about, like, how hard, how gangsta are you at the end of the day when you sitting down for hours thinking about a poem to write to a dude? So
Listen,
I mean, I can't really subscribe to it, man, because there's just a certain amount of like inauthenticity to it. I don't know, man. But
Lamar,
like,
that
I didn't grow up in that environment, so that's not my reality. That's not, you know what I'm saying.
listen,
I
I'm 100% going to say that on stage because that's hilarious. That is hilarious.
you
It's
can
like
use that.
you up
You
there
can use
being
that.
hard as shit with spoken word.
No, it's not spoken word. No, see, if you talking spoken word, I fuck with spoken word. I
Oh,
grew up
this is
out
different.
here in the
But
DC
did you do
spoken word
battle
vibe.
spoken word? Did you do
Nah.
battle spoken
Well,
word?
oh, yes, I have participated in slams, but that's completely different. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? When you're in a slam, you're on stage by yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're speaking to the crowd. You're not trying to decimate somebody by how clever you can insult them. You know what I'm saying? With
Mhm.
spoken word, you're trying to uplift the people. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
completely opposite. So yeah,
I
I've
think that
always been down
the
with the
other thing
spoken
that's
word.
weird, because I've always felt this way about battle rap, is whoever has the more like animated hype man in the crowd is usually the winner. You know what I mean? Like if I say something to you and it's somewhat clever, like, and then the hype man goes crazy, like that'll beat the guy who says something that is more clever, but the hype man doesn't go as crazy.
It was a documentary. I think it was
No, wait, you cut out.
Death. There you go. And they
Okay.
interviewed Kanye, and Kanye was talking about, and he was in high school or something like that, and he was writing a battle rap, and he said he was at home, and you know what I'm saying, writing it up.
Oh yeah. And then what happened?
The rhyme, and he went spit it, and it was mad intricate. You know what I'm saying? He got a couple, some hype here and hype there. You know what I'm saying? I'm paraphrasing. And then he said when his opponent came, his first line was, "My name is Chris, and he smells like piss." Oh, oh, and the whole crowd was, oh, and he shut it
Shut it down. It's like can't do anything with that. It's
down. Like
like
people, like it ain't even about how clever, smart. You know what I'm saying? It's like you said. It's just some comical, some real simple. You know what I'm saying? So
hmm. Well, now that we've thoroughly shitted on battle rap, uh
I think I got a light skin and look like Michael Jackson. Got a dark skin,
dark
like
skinned
you know
friend
he's
look like Michael Jackson. Yo, this has been super
Prince
fun.
Louis.
I will tell the people, I'll tweet it out, or I will message
Spin.
out or
I appreciate
say
me on
something out.
this platform.
Yeah, I'll put it out on the platform whenever you decide to release it. I like that you came on here
No,
and you're a real artist about it. Oh, what?
I didn't come on. I didn't come on here to, push any product or anything. I'm here to support you. I appreciate you allowing me to be a part of your effort.
No, I just wanted to rap with you. All right, parting shot before we go. What's being a father of four, you know what I'm saying, a veteran at being a father. What's some advice that you got from me now that I'm kind of a rookie in the fatherhood game? What's some advice you got for me? Oh,
I got for you in the father game. What do you have in a boy or girl? What did you have?
I
Did you have
already
any?
had a boy.
You already had it, so you already got a son. All
Yeah,
right.
he's here. He's here. He's alive. He's kicking.
Uh,
He's crying.
um, advice. I mean, just enjoy it, man. You know what I'm saying? It goes by fast. Like
Hmm.
I feel like it was just yesterday when I was changing my kids' diapers. My son just washed the car for the first time ever because he thinks that he's going to drive it to homecoming because he got his license yesterday and homecoming is this weekend. And I was like, man, slow down. So,
Ah.
it's man, time, man, it goes by real fast. You know what I'm saying? And I would say, as my advice, the top of my head, first thing I think of, man, just enjoy it. There's gonna be times where it's gonna be hard to enjoy. You're gonna be sleepy and he's gonna be crying. Wife, you're gonna be fussing. Bills gonna be due. This, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be all type of things to come up. But you know what I'm saying? You can even enjoy that too. You know,
Mm.
because I mean, I can look back on hardships that we went through, and there's still sort of like a sort of serenity or a peace to it. Like like I don't know, it was a simple time back there. I don't know. It's just enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? So some points come and you'd be like, man, I wish I could fast forward this phase and get to the next phase. Like you might be like, I wish I'll fast forward these diapers and they can walk around. But you know what I'm saying? It's it's time that you'll never be able to get back or experience. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Tomorrow,
I get it.
yesterday is already a memory. You know what I'm saying? So
Well,
just
well, we've enjoyed our time chit chatting with you, man. It's super nice catching up with you. Having a long extended conversation. I'm gonna be on you. You know what I mean? I'd love to hear more of your music. Can't wait to see when you put out something. Every time you put out like a video or a snippet, I'm all about it. I like to share it, throw it back out, and tell you how dope it is. And I can't wait to hear what you do next, man. So much
speaking of
appreciated.
music, I don't have any of my music, but you did reference my shirt in the pre-intro that we were talking. But
Uh,
shout out to RBG Fit Club.
okay.
If you down with Dead Prez, you know all about RBGs, red, black, and green, revolutionary but gangster, uh, 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 and a whole bunch of multitude of other things. But shout out to Stickman and the RBG Fit Club. They're not sponsoring this. I actually bought this T-shirt just because I like to support my brothers and their good causes. But great music. If you look up Stickman, the Workout albums 1 and 2. Also, if you want to go check out that Dead Press, they're not paying me for this, but it's good hip hop music, and they're all about the you know uh, uh, mind body.
They're all about that hip hop, hip hop.
It's bigger than hip
It's
hop.
bigger than. That's a dope way to end it, yo. I appreciate it. I'm gonna close the show out. If you got time, hang out in the green room. I'll be there after I close the show out. All
Cool.
right. So there you go. There you have it. That was a good friend of mine, Lamar Nickens. He's got some music coming out. He likes to keep it a secret. He's not going to tell us until it's dropping, until it's there, until it's fully formed. And I can appreciate that. I can't wait to see it. Yeah, very exciting. Very cool thing. We learned a lot. We've been through a lot, and I can't wait to just get back out in these streets and tell some of these jokes, because some of them are going to come from this podcast, because there were some very hilarious things like like having a like two people writing a poem to each other like in the most aggressive manner. It's fun. If aliens came back and they looked at us, they'd be like, "What are y'all doing? That's weird." Anyway, this has been a great episode of the Blerd Dad podcast. I had a fun time with this one, and there's nothing else really to say now except for blerd that out.